Hey, this is Louis D. Fresh bringing it to you on a Sunday. Today what we're going to be talking about in the college segment of the old YouTube channel, we're going to be talking again about private scholarships. As I mentioned yesterday in my preview, I think private scholarships deserve a playlist and really don't get talked about enough. I know we talk about federal money, we talk about state money, we'll talk about money from the school in terms of scholarships, but private scholarships really are underutilized. And as I mentioned in my social media this past week, yes, I think we are all brothers and sisters in this wonderful universe, but we do also have differences, whether it be skin color, whether it be religion, whether it be our weight, whether it be our how we define ourselves in terms of gender. There are many differences. So instead of saying in the same way that we say that yes, we are brothers and sisters, but we should also look at our differences and celebrate them. And by celebrating them, we're going to find private scholarships in order to pay for our college education. So what we're going to be talking about first up is Asian Americans. The reason we're going to talk about Asian Americans is because they have been really battered this past year with the whole coronavirus and this belief, I guess, that they started this whole COVID thing, and it's been sad because nobody really started anything, and you can't really pinpoint a group of people for anything. I think it's really important to look at you, the individual, and concentrate on who we are. And so on that same note, and I really do believe that, I'm not big on all this, ooh, you did this, you did that. No. You worry about yourself. And so let's look at our differences. Asian Americans, what are they? Let's find out. As I have said over and over again, Google is your best friend. And I put in what is an Asian American, but don't ever assume that you know what a particular person or particular thing is. Asian American is somebody who is derived from the Indian subcontinent, such as Cambodia, China, India, Japan, Korea, Malaysia, and my teeth thing just went out. I got it. You have to laugh. Pakistan, Philippines, Philippine Islands, Thailand, Vietnam, and I do live in Florida. And Asian Americans, there are about 573,000 Asian Americans. So it is quite populated. I had to flip back, man. That was right. I completely forgot that I had set this up. And then I looked at it, like, oh, I thought it blanked out. I'm like, the battery died. So again, one of my famous lines, life can be messy. Let's proceed. So, being that I did set this up originally, college scholarships for Asian American kids using Google. I would try to keep my finger together. As you'll see, there are a bunch of different scholarships, blah, 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 blah. I kind of like words like that, awesome scholarships. And so I'm going to click on that. And I looked at this prior. I kind of like this awesome scholarship for Asian American students because this is a cool site, though, by the way, Going Merry. There's tons and tons of scholarships here. And they're all private scholarships. But what is important as you look at this is that when you look at these particular scholarships, because there are a whole bunch of for Asian Americans, I want you to notice sometimes requirements. Check out requirements before you do anything. You see, do you have that 3.3? Are you a resident of Santa Clara, California? Like for me, that wouldn't work. So that's why it's really important to look at these things. Then over here, as we continue to look here, requirements, you have to be attending a U.S. university. I think that's important because you may want to look at a school outside of the United States, so therefore that would not count. This is kind of important too. You see, Kansas Ethnic Minority Scholarship, that is for people who are part of who are going to a Kansas community college. So but there's a reason also I'm showing this to you. This, you see here, the provider here, you need to be a Florida resident. For me, that would work. So that's why it's important to show these things and that you check out the requirements before you go, oh, look at all these scholarships. Make sure that you actually do meet the requirements. And in this case, for our awesome Asian American students for 2021. It would be great if I pressed the button to continue talking as I continue to talk. So you'll really need to use Google as your best friend and take a look at all these things, as this balloon celebrating my 50th birthday last month is about to attack me. But let's continue with the attack of the killer balloon. And we're going to jump into Crohn's disease. Although Crohn's disease is not funny, the balloon that's ready to attack me is kind of funny. Crohn's disease. Now, this is using, again, Google as my best friend. What is Crohn's disease? I'm not going to even lie to you. I couldn't even spell Crohn's disease. I didn't know what it really was. Hold on. Let me show my face. I'm showing my face, again, with the killer balloon behind me. With the big 5-0. How about that? And look at that shark. Isn't he cute? It's pretty amazing how helium lasts for so long. Anyway, my adopted niece, Nina, she has Crohn's disease. And I was like, Crohn who? Big, I had no idea. And so that is what inspired me for this portion of our YouTube video. Because I think it is important, whatever it is that you may be going through. Because I like how she said it to me. She said, you know what? If I have to live with this, I have to go through this. I'm gonna get some money out of it so I can pay for my college education. And I agree 1,000%. So you go, Nina. Again, what is Crohn's disease in a nutshell? It is some type of you can look it up yourself. Some type of chronic. And that's kind of a key word because it's an ongoing thing. Inflammatory bowel disease. And it is something that I know has been really an issue for her for quite some time. So it's important to see, well, what is Crohn's disease to see if you indeed qualify. As my glasses here are falling, I did not do the research here. This was an email that was sent to me by Nina. And that's why I picked one. She sent me 3 links. But I picked this particular one because it really, really highlights Crohn's disease. And she did her homework. You see, that's the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. And this is directly from her link. And I noticed patient financial assistance programs. So you have it. You might as well make the best of your situation. I can't lie. I thought I'm going to flip. I was going through this and I'm looking and I'm like, where's the college side? It was a little confusing initially, but that was the inpatient Louis D. Fresh. I want you to go right here and how to use this tool. And you click on it and you see words like academic scholarship, advocacy organizations. Don't forget about advocacy organizations. They are groups that will exactly that. They will help you find money and find assistance with your disability. So let's go with academic scholarships. As you can see, when you do type in academic scholarships, and I pause it, just in case you're wondering, because my hand is horrible with the shaking and all that. But I want you to notice here, even though it says only 4 resources, they do have a link available to you, and it explains to you this particular scholarship that's here. That scholarship can lead you to other scholarships. Again, here, the immunology scholarship, and it tells you up to $15,000. That's pretty good. And here you have also the Salix Gastrointestinal Health Scholarship Award, easy for me to say. And you'll see again highlighted. There's a link there, and the scholarship for survivors, because it can be quite a disease. And so I think it's important that you see here that these things are available, and this does not recommend or endorse any specific medications, etc., etc. And so I think it is important that you use your quote unquote disability, disease, or whatever it is to your advantage. And that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed it. It's really that simple. But please there's my hand. There's the New York coming out at me. Hey, bada bing, eh? Use your resources. Use these private scholarships. They are so underutilized. And that's why I do have a playlist, and I did mention that yesterday, because it really, really is important. If you don't use the money is going to go back into the coffers, and somebody else is going to get rich, and you are not going to, and you don't want that to happen. Use it. Use these private scholarships, especially if you are an Asian American kid or a kid who has Crohn's disease like my adopted niece, Nina. Peace. This is Louis D. Fresh. Make it a great day. Thank you.